Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. Today, I'm here to bring you guys another game review. And today's game review is on a game that is currently in early access. This game shows a lot of promise, and it is for that reason I have decided to review it. Today's game review is on a game called Gerty. Now, before I tell you anything about this early access game, I do have to ask you guys all a huge favor. If you haven't already, please do make sure to subscribe to the channel and click that little like button. It helps the channel get boosted, it helps people see the video, and it just really helps me out, guys, and I want to thank you guys all so much for doing that. Now, without further ado, let's talk about Gerty. Now, Gerty is a game that is in early access on Steam, and this game is made by a company called Spawn Point OSK. Now, this is a company that hasn't really done anything else up to this point. This is their first foray into the gaming industry. And so there's not really a lot of information on the developer or publisher or anything like that. Now, this game costs $16.99, and again, it is in early access, so that price may go up or down depending on what happens with the early access of this game. So what the heck is Gerty about? I'm going to read you the description directly from the game website itself. That description reads, "You are a member of an elite mercenary group. A mining colony of critical importance has become under attack by a hostile alien force. Armed to the teeth and equipped with your trusty laser diggers, you must fight your way through the depths to the planet, find the source of the alien threat, and eliminate it. Will you make it out alive?" The game summary reads, "Carve your own path in a new rogue light that focuses on challenging combat in fully destructible terrains. Dive into the deep tunnels of a mining colony on your own or in local co-op with up to 4 players. Purchase gear, level up your character, and gain powerful perks to eliminate the alien horde. Gerty is a sci-fi top-down roguelite shooter with fully destructible environment." So that is what you can expect from Gerty. But now I'm going to tell you what I found from playing this game with my own 2 hands. Let's first talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, the graphics in this game, for a game that is a top-down twin-stick shooter, I wasn't expecting much for graphics, but I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised. There's some crisp, clean graphics. Everything looks good, even from a top-down perspective. This game looks awesome, bright, colorful, and just an awesomely graphically made game. Now, soundtrack-wise, this is one area that I do believe Gerty could use a little work, as it does have one of my favorite words when it comes to game reviews, gaming elevator music. It's just kind of music that is just kind of there. You know, maybe now and then it'll get a little bit more intense when something big or bad is happening. But for the most part, this music is just kind of forgotten in the background. More of a, here, dance a little bit, have a little fun type of a music. So gaming elevator music. Not taking anything away from the score for that, but it is gaming elevator music at this point. Now let's talk about the controls. The controls in this game are actually very well made. You can use the keyboard, which allows you full customization as to what buttons you want to do what, or you can use a controller, which pretty much offers you the same full customization, which is a really cool feature that I wish more games had. So basically, you can pick any button layout that you want in this game. Now let's talk about the gameplay itself. As I said, this is a top-down shooter. It is not unlike a lot of other top-down twin-stick shooters we've seen out there, but I have to say that there are some special features to this game. First off, this game, it takes place in a mining colony, and each level that you come across is on a relatively small scale. They pack a lot of stuff into a very small area. Now, each level is randomly generated, but they all have different things in them that will allow you to upgrade your character, get more money, blah, 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 blah. But the catch here is that unlike some top-down shooters, when you kill all the enemies, they're all gone, and you can just go back and explore all you want. Not in Gerty. The longer that you stay in a level, the more enemies come at you. You have a little meter that is a threat meter. So if you want to stay and collect every piece of treasure in level 1, you're going to have to fight some serious monsters. Now, the other thing that is really unique about this game is that you do have different characters that you can use as you play through the game. Each character has their own unique things that they do. I'm only showing the first character because, you know, we want some of this stuff to kind of be a surprise. So I'm only showing the first character on my gameplay footage, but basically her special abilities include just the regular shooting gun. She has her flamethrowers, she has a bomb that she drops, and she can dash forward. Now each character out of the 4 has different abilities, and no 2 abilities are the same. So it makes for a unique gameplay experience all the way through. Now, as you proceed through each level, as I said already, you will collect things such as upgrades and things like that. And all of these things will help you to be able to proceed further into the game. Now, what will you get each time? It just depends on how lucky you are. One time you might get an item, and the next time you might get something completely different. So all these things do work together to help you beat levels. So it is really important that you collect these things. Now, another thing I did want to talk about in the gameplay section is the difficulty. This game does have multiple difficulty levels, so you can kind of choose how good of a player you are or how hard you want the experience to be for you. And that will kind of help you to be able to proceed through each level. But here's the deal, guys. No matter what difficulty you are on, this game is still hard. This game sends multiple monsters at you at a time. So maybe at one point, it'll send 5 monsters at you, another point it'll send 10 monsters at you. Really, there's monsters always coming at you. The longer you stay in a level, the more monsters are gonna come at you. Now, the final thing I do want to mention in the gameplay section is this game does include boss battles and mini boss battles and all the kind of stuff you've come to expect from games these days. But I'm not showing any of the boss battles or anything like that because this is still in early access. If I show that kind of stuff, then what point is it for you guys to, you know, go and get the early access if you want it? You've seen the boss, you know how to beat him. What's the point? So I am leaving that stuff kind of to mystery, and that is my reasoning why. Because I want you guys, if you decide you want to play this game right now, to have something to be able to play. Now let's talk about the cons of this game. My first con for this game is that this game does get rather repetitive. This game is one of those games, it's just the genre of the game. It's one of those games that gets very repetitive very quick. You kill monsters, you kill monsters, you kill aliens, you kill aliens, you kill aliens, you kill aliens, you kill aliens. Oh, there's a boss. You kill more aliens, 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 aliens. Oh, there's a boss. Aliens, aliens. You get my idea. It's a very repetitive game. My second con is that this game is still in early access, guys. So you are taking a chance on getting it now rather than waiting. Who knows how long this game will take to develop? Who knows what it will become? So I'm reviewing this in early access and I'm taking a chance in reviewing it now. And I just want to make sure that everyone understands that here in the cons section. Now, all that's really left to talk about is the overall score Gerty is going to get on our Mumbles game review. I have to say, I wasn't sure what I was going to get from this game, and I was rather worried because it was in early access. But I have to say, I have been very impressed with this game so far. If this game stays on the same track that it has been going on, this game has a chance to be a very, very solid game. In fact, I will go so far as to say it will be the best top-down shooter of this year or of the time frame that it comes out. It's got all the makings for a very, very good game. But here's the thing, guys. This game is still in early access. It could go either way. So I need to remind you before I give you my score that this score could go up or could go down. But this is a score as of right now that I am giving it. I am giving Gerty a 7 out of 10. It's got the makings of a great game. And I gotta also say, I'm giving this a little leeway because obviously there's not that much there yet. But from what is there, I believe this will be a 7 out of 10 game. It's got a lot of promise. It's got a lot working for it. It's got co-op. It's gonna be a great game, guys. I just have that feeling. So definitely, if you want to get in on the ground floor, if you want to get in before the price goes up or anything like that, do check out this game now. $16.99 on Steam. It works for Mac, PC, and Linux. Go give it a try, guys. Anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Mumbles. I want to thank you guys all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, smack all those buttons. Now, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.